Yeah. everything else. I want to see these 4 boxes empty by today and by tomorrow dinner time if I can. So please help yourself to them. They are free. You will not be charged. Help yourself to a program. Start filling in. Right? Thank you very much. While we're giving announcements of the results as we go through the show, and grab yourself a pen, sharpen your biro, and hopefully we'll get it going with the match results. Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, thank you.
So here we go, getting the ball rolling here. First of all, in ring 2 there with Peter Kennedy, our judge from Australia. We've got class 180, Wakaya, multi, any age, any sex. So that's any age, any sex, multi alpacas, right? That's ones with big patches, little patches, but patches that prevent them from being in the solid color classes, which come later with the Wakaya. So if anyone's just joined us and doesn't know what's going on, please feel free to talk to people, ask the questions, and I'll try to answer anything that's going on. But at the moment, we're very much a breeders' show, so that's the first class in the ring, is class 180, Wakaya, multi, any age, any sex. Can I say welcome to, are we on the...
That's absolutely fine. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Do you want to try that to begin
I
with?
presume we're on the live feed going out across Europe and the world and to the internet. Can I say welcome to all those people who've joined us for the British Alpaca Society National Show 2025. We have a new venue this year, splendid big hall now. We're all in the same room. We're now at the Staffordshire Showground, which is a beautiful agricultural facility right in the middle of England, and it's a very famous and traditional setting. And as you can see, the alpacas are now starting showing. To my left, in ring 2, it's the Wakaya, multi, any age, any sex. And on the right-hand side of me here, in ring 1, we have the not what's on my program, funnily enough. Junior male white. No, that's not it. It's Wakaya. Light. It's class 116A, Wakaya junior male light. So it's the junior male light class is starting in ring 1. Thank you. Hello, that was my mistake, completely and totally and absolutely. I was in the wrong page in the program. It's been a long winter season and we're only just getting into the swing of things. Of course, in class 1, ring 1 there, with the mud judge Molly Gardner, it's at 110A, Wakaya junior male white. It's junior male white classes in ring 1, and we've got the multi, any age, any sex in ring 2. Thank you.
It's a two fight classes. And not a C class. Also it's 3.
Okay, as we settle down now, you know, we've got a long class here in ring 1. We're moving through the classes in ring 2 there, but I'd just like to say thank you to all the people who sponsored. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to all the people who organize this show. All the volunteers, it's been a lot of work. You know, changing venues after 10 years is a lot of effort, a lot of new things coming in, a lot of inspirational things happening at the show this year. And, you know, I just want to say that as a member, I've been a member now of the British Alpaca Society for almost 30 years. I do appreciate it, and on behalf of all the members, I'd like to say thank you to all the volunteers and all the organizers who've made this event happen. Thank you. You do not go unnoticed. You may feel as if we don't love you. We do. Thank you very much. In addition, I'm going to mention the sponsors, the gold sponsors here that make this show happen. You know, without the sponsorship, we wouldn't have the money and the resources to make this the major spectacle, the major alpaca presentation in Europe. So the gold sponsors are Acton Hill Alpacas, Alpaca Evolution, Artwork Alpacas, Beck-Brow Alpacas, Inca Alpaca, and Usk Valley Alpacas. Silver sponsors are Alpaca Stad Bristol, Alfar Alpacas, Dark Sky Alpacas, Little Acorn Alpacas, Reddens Alpacas, and Toft Alpacas. Bronze sponsors, Backyard Alpacas, Bowsdown Alpacas, Brilbury, Capital Alpacas, Cold Comfort, CS Alpacas, Hanniston Alpacas, Lane House, Lime Tree, Peak District Alpacas, Sheriff Alpacas, Spring Farm Alpacas, and Snows Hill. Thank you one and all, right? Without your contribution, this would not be the show it is today. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a great show. Not everybody can have a great show, but for the one would have a good time regardless of the results. If you knew the result of the show, you shouldn't have turned up, right? We turn up to do the judging, and we just got to enjoy the experience of doing it. If you think you know the result, you shouldn't have come to the show. Thank you. flippy dippy, and whoever did it wants a medal because it's really smashing. Thank you very much, but it's very good. So if people want to get onto that, get onto it now. Right, and the one on the web includes all the colour changes. It's absolutely bang up to date with all the entries in all the classes that have been altered as they've entered the show and been inspected. All the colour changes have been made. All the entries are the right. The classes running orders all there. So please feel free. Get onto the Facebook page, the BAS Facebook page, National Show Facebook page, or the BAS website, and you'll find there's a way of downloading and accessing this wonderful digital catalogue for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Firstly, I'd like to thank the British Alpaca Society for the invitation to judge here. It's been quite a few years since I've been judging here in the UK, so as Molly said earlier, really excited to see the quality. And coming up in this first group of Appaloosa and fancy alpacas, it was great to see the quality through the lineup. Number 44 comes up into this first position here, beautifully grown male for his age, well conformed and balanced in his conformation. Looking at the fleece, he's combining excellent level of fineness and density that's showing a beautiful expression of character through the staple from skin to tip. He's very uniform in his micron range across that main blanket area. And so it was those combination of very positive fleece attributes on a very correct frame brought him up into that first position. Not taking too much away from number 48 coming up into second. He's just over 8 months of age, so appropriately grown for his age. Excellent length of staple for the months of growth of that staple. Also showing a really pleasing degree of fineness and density in combination that's expressed in that character and style through that staple and not along the staple. Just not quite the degree of density taking into account the variation in age, but a really competitive second place. Looking at the third place male, very well grown overall, balanced and very true to type in his overall presentation. Looking at the fleece, not quite the degree of density for his relative fineness through that fleece, but again very bright, very soft to hand, and also very uniform in his micron range, so a very worthy third place. It was his relative density advantage that's placed him above the male, coming up into fourth position here. A younger alpaca here with conformational correctness. As I said, not quite the degree of density for the relative fineness that we're seeing in the alpacas in the higher positions, but showing uniformity in micron and a degree of brightness overall, which is really pleasing. He was more correct in his overall bite and alignment of teeth when comparing him to the male coming up, the alpaca coming up into fifth position here. In other aspects of the conformation, very correct, very true to type overall. Looking at the fleece, slightly higher in micron overall, not quite the degree of density we're seeing, and not as uniform in micron as I move across that blanket area. Moving into the extremities, see a bit more variation overall, so not as consistent. Looking at the final alpaca in the sixth position, the fifth place, showing a relatively greater degree of density overall, higher level of fineness, uniformity in that micron. Sixth place comes up in that final position, more consistent in the micron range, less evidence of higher micron primary fibres when comparing to the other alpacas in that group of 8 initially, and that uniformity's brought him up into that final placement. Well done. In this class we have, for the show, we have Best Appaloosa in show, and so it's coming up to number 44. As I said, very balanced and true to type, beautiful fleece attributes on a very correct frame, so it was a pleasure to award him the Best Appaloosa here at the show. Well done. Great. Moving into the Surri section here, we have a single entrant in the fancy Surri section. This male is showing conformational correctness, very balanced in his proportions. Looking at the fleece, there's a degree of luster which is uniformly expressed across his blanket area. He's combining that with a level of fineness, which again is very uniform. Well organised within his lock across that frame, and so very happy to award him the first place and the subsequently best fancy of the show. Well done.
Okay, we can just catch up on the score sheet there. Like that last animal in the ring was in the multi-Surri, any age, any colour, class, any sex, and it was the best multi-Surri, and it was number 450, and it achieved a first in its class, number 450. In the other ring earlier, we had the first class 110A judged by Molly Gardner. Results were as follows. First was number 1. Oh, here we go. Second was number 3. Third was number 6. Fourth was number 8. Fifth was number 10. Sixth was number 7. Oh, sorry, yeah, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, that's it. That's the 6, number 7, that's that. What's happening now in ring 1 is the 110B. This is the second of the 3 junior male white classes. So it's class 110B, Wakaya Junior Male White. In the previous, in the ring 2 earlier on, the first class in the ring was class 180, Wakaya Multi, any age, any sex. And the results of that were as follows. First was number 44, and that was also the awarded Best Appaloosa Wakaya, who was kindly sponsored by Put Jade Alpacas. We thank Put Jade Alpacas for their sponsorship. And Best Appaloosa was won by number 44, which is a Lane House Appaloosa Domino Effect, owned by Mrs. Diane and Jody Lane. Thank you very much. And second in that class was number 48. Third was 43. Fourth was number 32, which is an entry into that class. Fifth was number 46. And sixth was 49. That was the class 180, Wakaya Multi, any age, any sex. Then we had one single multi-Surri in on its own, which also would Best Multi-Surri, and that was won by number 450. And now being judged in ring 2 is class 107, Junior Female Modern Grey. That's the Junior Female Modern Grey being classed in ring 2. And there are 2 entries in the Junior Female Modern Grey.
Thank you. Moving into the modern grey section here, number 50 comes up into first position. She's 8 months of age, but both animals are 8 months of age, so as you can see she's got a clear advantage in growth for age and maturity to her frame. She's in an excellent body condition, which is really pleasing to see. Looking at the fleece, she's extremely fine. She's carrying a really pleasing degree of density for that relative fineness. It's that uniformity of microns giving her a beautiful soft hand to that fleece and carrying it very well into her extremities. So those excellent group of fleece attributes on a very upright and correct frame have brought her up into that first position. Second place female, as I said, I'd like to see more maturity to her frame at 8 months. She's also a bit close in the back hocks. Looking at the fleece, she has a degree of fineness through that fleece, has a greater presence of a higher micron primary fibre running through that fleece on the sample that I took. Not quite the degree of density for her relative fineness, and clearly not the growth for age advantage, so that puts her firmly in that second position. Well done.
Congratulations there in ring 2. That was the class, was junior female modern grey, 107. Results were first was number 50 and second was 51. So that's 2 entries in that. Class now coming into the ring is 127, Wakaya intermediate female modern grey. This is the intermediate female modern grey class, 127, now entering ring 2. And this, as shortly after that, I think also with this will be the adult female modern grey. Will be coming in a single entry, so there'll be 3 in this class, and we'll be moving on then to the champion modern grey female. Yeah, so in ring 2 at the moment, there are 2 classes in the ring, class 127 intermediate female modern grey and 147 standing on its own, Wakai adult female modern grey. Then shortly after that, we'll be doing, well, first of all, we'll be doing the championship, and then after that, there will be a single Surri junior female modern grey coming in on its own, class 207.
Thank you. Moving into the intermediate section of modern greys, number 52 comes up in first position. Conformationally, she's very sound, very balanced in her proportions. Looking at the fleece, I found she had a greater degree of fineness and density in combination that's being expressed by the level of structure through the staple. She's also more uniform in her micron range as I move across the extremities, and then looking at her in profile, just a greater degree of balance and correctness to her proportions than the second place female. Second, certainly well grown and conformationally sound, just a bit longer through the back line, not quite as straight through the back when I look at her in profile. Looking at the fleece, she's showing a reasonable degree of fineness overall, just varies a bit more as I move into the extremities, past that shoulder area. We're seeing a greater prevalence of higher micron primary fibre, so that's putting her firmly in that second position. And then this single entrant in the older group here, very upright and correct and stylish female. Looking at the fleece, she's showing, for her age, at 32 months of age, a degree of fineness which is really pleasing to see, high level of brightness and uniformity in a micron range. I'd like to see a bit more relaxed when she's walking out. She's just not walking out as well today in the ring as I ideally would like to see, but when I see her in standing, she does look correct in her conformation in other attributes, so happy to start off with the first place. Well done.
And now we're moving on to the Modern Grey Championship there, which has been sponsored by the British Alpaca Society. The Modern Grey female champion will be decided now, and that's kindly been sponsored by the British Alpaca Society. Results in the last classes were Class 127, Wakaya Intermediate Female, Modern Grey. That was, first was number 52, second was number 53. In Class 147, Wakaya Adult Female, Modern Grey, the number 54 achieved a first place. So now we've moved on in ring 2 to the champion female modern grey. For anyone who's just joined us in ring 1 there, we're in class 110B, 110B, which is the second of the 3 junior male white classes. So it's Okaya Junior Male White being judged in ring 1, class 110B. And after this class, there will be another junior male white class, which is 110C. It's nice to see so many, so many white animals in the ring again. It's fantastic to see. There was a time a few years ago when there was reducing numbers in these classes, but now they're up again, and the white animals are the foundation will be the foundation of the fiber industry. It's great to see so many classy entries in there. 3 really, really solid junior male white classes. And in ring 2, which we're trying to decide on the junior female modern grey class. Just to remind anybody who's just joined us, either on the live feed or but mainly in the hall, we have behind me at the entrance to the pen here, we've got 4 boxes of catalogues. Anyone needing a catalogue, please come and help yourself. Right, they're there. They have all the entries in, all the running order for the show. They're free. There's no charge on them, so please use them. Once the show's over, they'll be absolutely no use to anybody whatsoever, and they will be skipped. Right, so please help yourself, make use of them. To anyone who's joining us on the live feed, you can download, right, and for anyone in the hall, you can download via the, whatever you call it, I've forgotten what it's called now, the thingy at the back of me there, you can download onto the your phone an electronic version, an up-to-date version of the catalogue, which will be updated as we go through the show, so it'll always be current on your phone. That's the same for the people on the live feed. You can get the access to this electronic catalogue through the Facebook National Show page, or from the British Alpaca Society website, or from a live feed which is on YouTube. You go onto YouTube for the live feed and you can get download there this electronic catalogue onto your phone, and that will keep it all current and up to date. And in the meantime, with all that electricity and digital stuff floating around, I'll try and keep everybody up to date with the results as they come out of the ring. Thank you.
Thank you. In the ring we have the champion reserve. If you want to come forward, 52. The champion coming out of the junior section. She's 8 months of age, really showing excellent attributes. Beautifully grown, very stylish and true to type. Looking at the fleece, she's extremely fine, combining that with a high degree of density that's reflected by the organisation within the staple. She's carrying it very well across into that apron area, very little higher micron primary fibre coming through, which is really pleasing to see, giving us a really productive fleece on a very upright and correct frame. So well done. And then the reserve going to the intermediate female. Again, beautiful balance to her proportions, very true to type and stylish. Looking at the fleece, a very high quality fleece attributes with fineness and density running through that blanket area, and a very worthy reserve this weekend. Well done.
Congratulations there in the class 110B. That's Wakaya Junior Male White class. Results were as follows. First was number 12. Second was 118, which was an entry from another class. Third was 13. Fourth was 15. Fifth was 11. And sixth was 16. In the ring 2 there earlier, we had the championship decided in the modern grey, female modern grey, and the champion went to number 50, which is number 50, Chalabamba Pepper from Chalabamba Alpacas, owned by Mrs. Hannah D'Souza. Congratulations there. And the second, and the reserve champion went to number 52, which was Leven Valley Nikita Glitz from Capital Alpacas, owned by Kim and Stuart Murray. Congratulations. Now being judged in the ring is the single entry Surrey Junior Female Modern Grey, who I think has just been awarded the first prize and the championship there. And it's that is Woodtop Barble from Woodtop Alpacas, owned by Mrs. Caroline Bolingbroke. Congratulations to you both for the single entry, walked off with it. And we're now into class 103 next in ring 2, which is Wakaya Junior Female Grey. That's the Wakaya Junior Female Grey, class 103. Now will be the next class in ring 2. Sorry.
Thank you. We have a single entrant in the Surrey modern grey section. This girl here, number 55, conformationally sound. Looking at the fleece, we're seeing a degree of lustre being uniformly expressed across her very correct frame, reasonable degree of fineness and uniformity in her micron range within the lock and across her frame, and that's giving a beautiful soft hand to that fleece. So I was happy to award her the first place and then the subsequent championship this weekend. Well done.
Congratulations there. Congratulations to Woodtop Alpacas, and especially to Woodtop Barble, owned by Mrs. Caroline Bolingbroke. Congratulations. That was kindly sponsored by the British Alpaca Society. In ring 1 at the moment, we have class 110C, the Wakaya Junior Male White class. That's the third and the final class of the Junior Male Whites, who've been superlative. You know, fantastic to see 3 full classes of Junior Male Whites in the show. It's really nice to see. Shortly after that, when this is judged, they'll be moving on to the intermediate male white. And while we've got a little hold up there in the proceedings while we're moving along, I'd just like to mention quickly, I'd like to thank also our major sponsors for the show, who are GWF Nutrition and Waterhouse Feeds, 2 of the feed companies who kindly been major sponsors to the national show. Thank you. And to the vet sponsors, right? Of course, you look at the sponsors from the vets, and also people offering their services from the vets, but the vet sponsors are Tynedale Farm Vets, Cheshire Farm Vets, Seven Edge Farm Vets, and Diffid Farm Vets, right? Diffid Farm Vets. So that's like, thank you for the vets as well. Thank you very much for your sponsorship.
The degree of density for her relative fineness is being exhibited by her organisation within the staple, and she's carrying that very well across into the extremities. So very little variation in micron range as we move into those extremities. So carrying those very positive fleece attributes on a very correct frame. So that's brought her up into that first position. Second place, number 57, extremely fine fleece overall, which is really pleasing to see. Not quite the degree of density for her relative fineness, but it was a clear advantage that she had when looking through that group for her relative fineness in general when looking at the rest of the class. That fineness put her firmly in second position. The third place female, very upright and correct. Again, a really pleasing degree of density, just not quite the level of fineness we're seeing in the female standing above her, nor quite the degree of brightness to that fleece. She's well organised within that staple and carrying a greater level of uniformity across the various colours, making up that grey pattern when comparing her to number 56 coming up into fourth position. Fourth place girl, excellent length of staple for the months of growth. Again, competitive in a level of general fineness through that fleece, but as I move across, a greater presence of a higher micron primary fibre running through that fleece, and so just not as uniform as the others in the higher placements. Her relative density overall and that advantage in length of staple have placed her above 61, coming up into fifth position. Again, a well-grown girl for her age, conformationally sound, high level of brightness to that fleece and a level of softness which is really pleasing. Just not that advantage and degree of density for her relative fineness that's placing her firmly in that fifth position. And she's, having said that, she is showing a greater degree of density and relative organisation through that staple than the female coming up into that final position in sixth. She's well grown. She's showing a level of softness and brightness to that fleece. Just a bit more variation in her micron and not quite that degree of relative density for her fineness that's being exhibited through that fleece, and that's put her in that sixth position. Well done.
Congratulations there in the junior female grey class there. The results are as follows. First was number 60, second was 57, third 63, fourth was number 56, fifth was 61, and sixth was 66. Coming into the next in ring 2 will be the intermediate female grey class, class 1, 2, 3, Wakaya intermediate female grey. In class 1, we currently have the Wakaya intermediate male white, class 130, being judged in ring 1, and the results of the previous class, which is 110C, which was the last of the 3 Wakaya junior male white classes. The results in the last one, 110C, Wakaya junior male white, was as follows. First was number 29, second was 22, third was 25, fourth was 21, fifth was 27, sixth was 28.
Class 1, 2, 3 are juniors, not intermediates.
Okay. So just to confirm for anyone who's joined us, it's the class 130 Wakaya Intermediate Male White class, which has been judged in ring 1 under Molly Gardner there, our Australian judge has come in to judge the show specifically. And in ring 2 under Peter Kennedy, another Australian judge, is the Intermediate Female Grey. That's class 1, 2, 3. Both of which have just kicked off judging. Thank you. If I could just remind everybody, or the exhibitors specifically, you know, that this is a new venue for us, and I'm just myself acclimatized to where everything is. But of course, like, you know, if you want to keep your guests informed of everything, I mean, the Champions Fleece show's up on the mezzanine at the back, over there, on my right at the back over there, the Champion of Champions Fleece show, which was judged by Roger Clark, a BAS judge from Northern Ireland, was judged much earlier in the month, and it's now on display up there on the mezzanine, the Champion of Champions Fleece show. If you want to know what the best is and what you can be achieved, you should go up there and have a look at and see what's going on. The Fiber Zone competition is also up on the mezzanine at the top there. We've just got to get used to having all the, you know, it's all on the top level and above the ring. It's not outside like it was at Telford. We're all in the same room, so hopefully no one's got any excuses whatsoever for not visiting this. The Champions Fleece show's up on the mezzanine. Fiber Zone competition's up there. We also have the Trade Village up there. We have various people, trade stands. Thank you very much for taking a trade stand at the National Show. We've got Alpaca, whatever that is. I have no idea what these are. They've just got the titles here on the list. We've got Alpaca products, Scottfield shops. I know what that is. They do some fantastic knitwear and machine wear in Alpaca. We've got Alpaca products and services. Oh, sorry, that's what it says. They're Alpaca gifts. So Alpaca, and Alpaca products and Scottfield shops are gifts and Alpaca gifts. Alpaca products and services are the skin imprint people. Mary Roach harnesses, compact loaders. The Alpaca Health and Nutrition is up there with stands by GF Nutrition, Waterhouse Feeds, and Export. The AD&E people are up there with the gel, and JG Animal Health is up there, and veterinary services up there. For Camelid Veterinary Services are up there. Tyndale Veterinary Services, Difford, Cheshire, and Seven Edge Farm Vets are all up there too, all with their own stands and little workshops and lots of services and features to offer you and to interest the alpaca breeder and probably the general public alike tomorrow and the following day. But please be aware that, like, you know, we're all in it together. So have a trot round when you go up there for a coffee. Go and see these people. Start talking. There's lots of information and to be gained. Also, in the next couple of days, we're going to have the whole of the alpaca, World of Alpaca features going on in the room outside there. There's agility classes, there's spinning and weaving, there's walking, there's shearing, there's selfie booths, there's virtually anything that will entertain the public. So if you've got members of your general public coming, get them to waz around there, get them to walk an alpaca, watch the displays, do whatever needs to be done to make this the best weekend we've ever had in a long, long time. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving into the next two groups of grey sections here. Number 68 coming up into first position in this intermediate group. She's showing really pleasing growth for age. She's balanced in her proportions. Looking at the fleece, she had the finest and densest fleece in combination. Very little variation in her micron range across the various colours making up her colour pattern, and carrying it well into the extremities. There's that density is being expressed by a level of organisation and structure within the staple, and carrying it on a very correct frame. So that's brought her up into that first position. Second place, I really appreciated the overall balance. She's very true to type. I got her to walk out again just because when she first walked in, she was not very relaxed and really leaning over. But as she was relaxed, she performed quite well and very fluid in her motion. She comes up into that second position for her relative advantage in degree of density for her fineness when compared to the others lower in the positions. She's not showing the degree of fineness and uniformity we're seeing in the first place, but she had a degree of density advantage that's brought her up clearly in that second position. When I moved down to third and fourth, there was a closer pairing between these two. I came back and had a look at them again. The third place comes up, just more consistency in the micron range through that fleece, less increase and prevalence of a higher micron, darker primary through that fleece when I took the samples and looking across that very correct frame. So that greater degree of uniformity in the micron range being expressed through that fleece has brought her up over the fourth place female. Fourth place, as I said, quite competitive with the third place, but just as I looked more intently across that frame, more variation in a micron range, a greater prevalence of a black higher micron primary fibre through that fleece, so that's put it firmly into that fourth position. When I moved down, her relative density has placed her above number 70, coming up into that fifth position. She's quite uniform in the micron range. It's generally higher than the higher placements, not quite the degree of density and fineness in combination. I felt she was again more balanced and more correct in her frame. The sixth place female at this point a bit taller through the frame, though balanced when I look at her in general proportions, but just generally taller overall. Not quite the degree of density, but a lovely brightness to that fleece. And when compared to the other female in the group, had a clear advantage in relative density and organisation, so that brings her up in that final placement here this weekend. And then 74 coming up, the single entry in the older female class. And though she has no competition, she's certainly worthy of that first place. She's 45 months of age or so. Conformationally very sound, really pleasing to see her fineness still being carried through that fleece for her relative age. Again, combining that with a degree of density and organisation, so a worthy first place. Well done.
This is an exhibitor announcement just from the pen stewards, just calling class 170, Wakaya Senior Male White to ring 1, please. Wakaya Senior Male White. And congratulations there to the class 130 in ring 1, Wakaya Intermediate Male White. The results were as follows. First was number 35, second was 30, third was 31, fourth was 33, fifth was 36, sixth was 126, was a class change. So there we go. That's the results of Wakaya Intermediate Male White. Currently being judged in ring 1 are adult male white. Oh, and there was a 7th, okay? Right. No, they don't do 7th. We don't do 7. I think that was just an oversight. Right. So there we go. We go. Adult male white has been judged 150 in ring 1. Just to say that in ring 2 there, the female grey championship has been judged, and that's been sponsored by Alpaca Bristol. We kindly thank you for your sponsorship, Alpaca Bristol. Would you like to someone from there to come along and award the prize? Thank you. Congratulations there in ring one. The oh goodness me, the it's all going awfully well here. Hands are not working. Yes, the class 150 Wakaya adult male white first was number 38 and second was 37. We're now judging the grey female champion in ring two, and it's been sponsored by Alpaca Stad Bristol. We would like a representative of Alpaca Stad Bristol, if they're in the room, to come and to award the championship in about 5 minutes' time. Thank you. In ring one at the moment, we've got class 170 Wakaya senior male white. That's the senior male white class coming into ring one. Ring one, yeah. Going over the, just going over the results of the previous classes in ring two there. The Wakaya intermediate female grey, the results were as follows. First was number 68, second was 72, third was 67, fourth was 69, fifth was 70, and sixth was 71. And the single entry in the adult female grey class, 143, achieved a first prize. That was number 74, achieved a first prize. Well, congratulations. And we're now moving on to the grey championship, in female grey championship in ring two. And we've got the senior male white class, 170, in ring one. Very shortly, we will be coming up to the championship for the male white classes, and we'll be looking for someone, and I'm sure it's Colin Ottery, who's called the Alpaca Shearer, but there's someone called Colin the Alpaca Shearer, which I assume is Ottery, and if he's in the building within about half an hour or so, we'll be expecting him ringside to give away the prize. Thank you.
Thank you. in the grey section here, the champion, if you want to come out, going to this 45-month-old female, conformationally very sound, looking at the fleece, taking into account her age. She had a really clear advantage in degree of fineness and density in combination that's reflected by the organisation and structure in her staple, and she's carrying it very well across her very upright and correct frame. So those positive fleece attributes have brought her up into that championship position this weekend, so congratulations. The reserve going to the junior female number 60. She's got a beautifully soft, fine fleece. It's well organised within the staple and carrying it on a very upright and correct frame as well, so a very worthy reserve this weekend. Congratulations to you both, and well done, everyone.
Congratulations there to the grey female champion and reserve champion in ring 2. First was, the champion was Rivenherd Kiera from Rivenherd Alpacas, and the reserve champion was Limestone Bohai from Limestone Alpacas, owned by Mr. Paul Wills. Congratulations, well done, thank you very much. Coming into the ring now will be three Surri female grey classes, class 203, 223 and 523. That's the Surri female grey classes, junior, intermediate and intermediate female grey and 2-year fleece. That's classes 203, 223 and 523 coming in now. Congratulations there in class 170, Wakaya senior male white class. The results are as follows. First was number 42, second was 39, third was 41, and fourth was number 40. We're now moving on in ring 1 to the champion white male class. That's the champion Wakaya white male class coming, and it's kindly sponsored by Colin the Alpaca Shearer. So if Colin the Alpaca Shearer's in the building within about, I'd say 15 minutes, maybe less, right? We'll need you in here to report the championship, and we thank you for your sponsorship. Just to clarify, in ring 2 there, we've currently got 3 classes in the ring at the same time. 203, Surri Junior Female Grey. 223, Surri Intermediate Female Grey. And 523, Surri Intermediate Female Grey 2-year Fleece. And that's the championship, that's the 3 classes, and then it'll be the championship, which has been kindly sponsored by, again, Alpaca Stad Bristol. We thank you, Alpaca Stad Bristol, for your sponsorship and expect somebody in the ring shortly to be able to award the ribbons. Thank you.
white champion.
It's Colin the Alpaca.
So he's not here though, is he?
Somebody else to do it.
Well, I'll let the judge do it.
Thank you. I just thought I would start talking before Molly does. Here we have the complete section for the grey Surris. We have one junior, we have one intermediate that has been previously shorn, and one intermediate that is unshorn. The junior here, she's 7 months of age. Conformationally, she's very correct. She's upright and well grown for her age. Looking at the fleece, she's showing a degree of lustre, which is an advantage when compared to the others in the group. She's very consistent in that lustre expression across her frame. She also has a level of fineness and organisation within the lock that is consistently expressed across a very correct frame. So I was very happy to bring her up into her first position, and those positive attributes have brought her up in the championship position as well. So congratulations. 77 is the intermediate, previously shorn female, again very well grown, looking for the months of regrowth, showing pleasing length to the lock. Also had a degree of lustre expression uniformly expressed across that frame. It was that lustre advantage that's brought her up into that reserve position when comparing her to the other first place female in the group. And the final first place here, this unshorn female who's intermediate, again, well grown overall conformationally. Looking at the fleece, she's starting to cross fibre quite a bit with that almost coming up to 2 years fleece, 19 months fleece. Getting through that cross fibring, we do see a level of softness and fineness to that fleece that's reasonably well expressed across that blanket area, but just not the degree of lustre when compared to the other two. So just staying in that first position. Well done.
And I think that's and that concludes in ring one the judging for today. Just to let everybody know that the champion, the male white Wakaya, was won by number 28, and 28 is no, it wasn't. Sorry, champion was number 38. Sorry, 38. Beckbrow Centre Stage. From Beckbrow Alpacas. It was owned by Mr. Paul and Barbara Hetherington and Craig Kerr. That was the champion, number 38, and the reserve champion was a number 29, which is Brilbury Iron Man from Brilbury Alpacas. Congratulations. We're now, if I can just put in a plug to all of the breeders now, while you're still in the room, before you go off for your dinner or take a coffee or whatever, that the junior handler entries, the junior handler competition will be taking place next door tomorrow, and in the Alpaca, the World of Alpaca features, and there the junior handle competition will be going on, and entries need to be in by 12:30 tomorrow. By 12:30 tomorrow, the entries need to be in for the junior handler, so please get your young people to get their act together, get their names down, and let's get that one sorted.
Upstairs is open for breakfast.
Oh, and another exhibitor announcement that upstairs the cafeteria will be open for breakfast from 7:30 onwards. That's 7:30 onwards. The cafe upstairs will be open for breakfast. Thank you. If I can nip back quickly to the results in ring 2. Let's just get on with the... There we are. Right, there we good. Just to explain, in class 203, right, number 76 achieved first, the 223 intermediate female grey. Number 77 was first, and did 523 intermediate female grey 2-year fleece. Number 78 was first. The championship, which was kindly sponsored by Alpaca Stad of Bristol, the championship went to number 76, Winsola Lady Whistledown, right, from Winsola Alpacas, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Mark and Paula Windsor. Congratulations. And the reserve champion went to number 77, Dark Sky La Nina from Dark Sky Alpacas, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Tom and Wendy Scott. Congratulations to you both, and congratulations to the Surrey Junior Female Greys. Now, Surrey Female Greys. We're next in the ring now. What we're currently judging, the Surrey Female Black. That's the Surrey Junior Female Black, class 204. Championship. We'll then be moving up to the mezzanine, to the Fleece show, the Champions Fleece show, where the winners will be announced and all of the prizes given and everything else to do with the Fleece show. So that will be immediately after the judging finishes in the ring 2 on the Surrey Female Black classes. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving into the black Surrey section here, female coming up into first position, had the best combination of traits overall. Looking at the frame, she's very true to type, she's stylish, excellent degree of coverage and substance of bone. Looking at the fleece, growing a really pleasing length for the months of growth. She has an advantage and degree of softness and luster being expressed through that very correct and upright frame. She's very consistent in her micron range. Through that fleece, it's giving her that softness to hand and had a density advantage for her relative fineness. So those positive attributes have brought her up into that first position. Second place, also very stylish and true to type. Looking at the fleece, she's showing a degree of organisation and structure through that fleece. Not quite the softness to hand, that degree of fineness through that fleece that we're seeing in the first place. But when looking at she sits firmly in second for the advantage and degree of relative density for her fineness through that fleece. And then looking at the final placement here, the third place female, again, very stylish and correct in her frame. Looking at the fleece, just not quite the degree of density for her relative fineness, but a really pleasing level of luster being expressed across that correct frame. Well done.
And the results there, class 204, Surri Junior Female Black. First was number 79, second was number 80, and third was number 81. That's very good. Not very often that happens. We're now moving on to 224, Surri Intermediate Female Black. That's the Intermediate Female Blacks coming in now. 1, 2, 3, there's 4 entries in this. And there'll be one more class after this, and we're moving to the championship. So we're moving to, we'll probably bring 2 more classes, but we'll probably bring them all in at the same time, which is 524 and 264 be coming in after this one. And then we'll be moving to the Surrey Champion Black Female, and that has been sponsored by Ayleswood Rare Breeds. So in about the next 20 minutes or so, we'll be needing somebody from Ayleswood Rare Breeds to come and give away the champion and the reserve champion. Thank you. say all day. You know that. It doesn't say anything.
It's got it in the
In what?
newsletter.
Well, it's no bloody good in the newsletter if I'm supposed to read it out here, is it? You know what I mean? I mean, there's no information.
And then on Sunday it's 10 to 3 or something. I don't know, I'd have to have a look.
But I mean, I can't, you know, I can't come up with it. I mean, you don't need to because there's no public in. But there's no information on that at all.
And I'm doing the junior handler. That's 1:30. 1:30 to 2:30. Right, and we'd like anybody who wants to join
I've said that. I've
to
said
come
that.
to me at 12:30.
To you.
Yeah, well, it looks like that. We'd like to
No, I meant you have to go and register. Not for you.
Well, no, because of you sent them to me.
When?
Mary
Are we
Jo
talking
sent them to me.
young
Young
handlers?
Because usually they come here.
Yes, I do. I normally take over to things, but
Mary Jo sent them to me.
Oh, well.
But one, Ali.
oh,
Ali
I haven't got a
Stanley.
list.
I've got the beginning
Right.
list. Just Ali.
So that's
If-
going on all
right,
day.
so
all day,
It's like
yeah.
just turn up and
Just turn up and
back up.
if people come to me tomorrow,
right, whereabouts will I find?
I'll take a note.
You'll be around there. Well,
Yeah,
if they come to me, I'll write it down. I'll make sure. What time would do you plan?
1:30 to 2:30.
Half 5. Nobody else is going to do it before.
Oh, hey, hey, Rob, us women,
Come up and you already know what you're like.
us women have ways of finding each other. Just pretend we don't tell.
My glasses are broke, by the way.
Can't see, can't hear. What did you say?
No, you know what? I have to live with.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it does say 6. You don't want to disappear from the after a minute.
I'll just keep that there.
Moving into the next group of black Surrey females here, these are intermediates in their second fleeces. The female coming up into first position, number 85. Beautifully grown, excellent conformational attributes, as you can see. Looking at the fleece, she had the advantage and degree of density for her relative fineness, also had the greatest expression of luster through that fleece, very uniformly expressed across her frame, going into the extremities, giving us a really productive fleece on a very upright and robust frame. So that all those positive attributes brought her up into that first position. I really appreciate that the fineness of the female in second position. Not quite as robust in the frame, not quite the substance of bone, nor the degree of density for her relative fineness, but it was that advantage in fineness overall that's put her firmly in that second position. Moving into third, a very upright and correct frame, as I said, moving down into that third position, not the degree of fineness we're seeing in the two standing above, but I did appreciate her relative density for her fineness being expressed through that fleece. And that was density advantage and also frame advantage, a bit more robust, better substance of bone that's placed her above the fourth place female here. She's conformationally sound, just not as showing that substance of bone, that degree of structure through that frame. Looking at the fleece, she's relatively uniform in her micron, but not quite the degree of fineness and density in combination, nor quite the expression of luster. Let's put her firmly in fourth in this group. Well done.
Congratulations there, the Surrey Intermediate Female Black class there, class 224. The first was number 85, second was 84, third was 82, and fourth was 83. We're now moving on to two classes in the ring at the same time. 524, Surrey Intermediate Female Black 2-year Fleece. And then we've got 264, Surrey Senior Female Black. That's Surrey Senior Female. That's three in the ring at the same time. And then shortly after they've been judged, we'll be moving on to the championship, which has kindly been sponsored by Ayleswood Rare Breeds. So I'd say 10 to 12 minutes and 15 minutes from now, we'll expect somebody from Ayleswood Rare Breeds in the ring to give away the championships. Thank you very much. May I remind everybody that once we have finished judging here in ring 2, we will be moving up to award the prizes and announce the results of the Champion of Champions Fleece show, which will be up on the mezzanine at the back there. It's all laid out, all displayed. All the awards will be given at that time. Can I also remind everybody that the junior handler competition will be taking place tomorrow between, hang on a second, I know when it's going on, 1:30 to 2:30 will be the junior handler competition tomorrow, and all entries need to be in by 12:30 tomorrow so we can get ourselves organized. So if you come to the desk and see Debbie, that's the good-looking lady on my left here, right, she'll write you down, your young people's name down, and you'll be in the young handler competition tomorrow. It's bound to be very good. There's an agility ring and all sorts set up next door, so we're expecting great things. For your guests, for anybody you've got coming, just to remind you, in the World of Alpaca's features tomorrow, there will be the junior handler competition. There are trade stands from Simply Alpacas, Marshwood Vale, Wildwood Worm Counts. There'll be alpaca walking, there'll be a craft zone, spinning and weaving, shearing, a selfie booth, and all sorts of other things going on with to do with camelid dynamics and all sorts of things next door. It's a continuous thing. It's running from 10 till 4:30, and you know, please have a trot through, take your guests through, let them enjoy it. There'll be lots of things they can join in and enjoy. Please make sure it happens. Thank you.
Thank you. Rounding out the black series, we have two girls here that intermediate in their unshorn. Number 86 coming up into first position here. Looking conformationally, she parades well. She's fluid in emotion. Looking at the fleece, she had the best combination of density and organisation through that lock, with a high level of lustre being expressed. And again, quite uniform in a micron expression across that very correct frame. So those advantages brought her up into that first position. I appreciated the level of fineness in the female in second position. However, not the degree of density. She's starting to cross fibre a bit more as in that longer and older fleece. So not opening up as well, not as organised within that lock. So it's an indication not quite the degree of density for her relative fineness, and it's put her firmly in that second position. And the single entrant in the senior female group, she's 51 months of age, conformationally very sound, very true to type and stylish. Looking at the fleece for her age, she's showing a really pleasing degree of fineness through that fleece, with a level of lustre and organisation to her lock regrowth as an indication of her relative density. So a worthy first place. Well done.
Congratulations there to the class 5-2, the resultant of class 5-2-4. Surrey intermediate female black 2-year fleece. First was number 86, second was number 87. And in the Surrey female black class, senior female black class 264, the number 88 was awarded the first place. We're now moving on to the Surrey champion black female class, and it's in ring 2 there, and it's sponsored by Ayleswood Rare Breeds. We thank you very much, Ayleswood Rare Breeds, for your sponsorship. And we have got somebody there. Good. What does it look like? Oh, there you are. Hello, Aylesbury. Ah, that's who you are. I didn't know your name, but I know. Ayleswood Rare Breeds. Very good. Thank you. So once we've concluded this, please remind you that we're going up to the Fleece on the mezzanine for the announcement of the Fleece results. Thank you. Just to remind everybody, showing will start. It will commence in ring 1 and 2 at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. In ring 1, it will be the Surrey Junior Male White Class 210, which will kick off. That's the Surrey Junior Male White Class will kick off at 8:30 in the morning. And in the and in ring 2, it will commence at 8:30 in the morning on class 104A, Wakaya Junior Female Black. That's the Junior Female Black Wakayas in ring 2, and the Surrey Junior Male Whites in ring 1, 8:30 tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Really pleasing to see the quality and depth for the black Surri section here. The champion going to this intermediate in her second fleece. As you can see, beautiful conformational attributes, very stylish and true to type in her overall Surri presentation. Looking at the fleece, excellent fleece qualities, a high degree of luster, really competitive degree of fineness and density in combination, and that's being exhibited by the quality of her regrowth in that second fleece. So it's been a pleasure to award her the championship this weekend, so well done. And then the reserve going to the intermediate unshorn, and again, conformationally very sound. She's coming up into that reserve position for her relative advantage and degree of density for her fineness when compared to the other females in consideration for the reserve position. And she's also combining a really pleasing level of luster overall, so a very worthy reserve. Well done.
Welcome to Alpaca Evolution, your trusted partner in the enchanting world of alpacas. As a family-run business, we pour our hearts into everything we do, ensuring the highest standards of care for our alpacas. We offer top-quality alpacas at stud, carefully selected to enhance lineage and bring out the best traits in future generations. From affectionate companions to future breeders, we have a diverse selection of alpacas for sale, each raised with expert care. Our commitment doesn't end with a sale. We provide comprehensive ongoing support to ensure your alpacas thrive. We offer a full and professional export service. Family values are at our core. We treat alpacas and customers as part of our extended family. With 27 years of industry experience and a staff with over 65 years of accumulated experience, we offer a wealth of expertise. Visit www.alpacaevolution.com to learn more. Thank you for choosing Alpaca Evolution, where excellence meets passion.
Inca Alpaca is Europe's premier and longest-standing black alpaca specialist, providing stud and pet stock to new and existing breeders in the United Kingdom, Europe, the Middle East and India. Located in Dorset, England, Tim Hay and his team run over 300 alpacas. Tim has over 30 years experience at breeding black alpacas. Inca Alpaca can provide the quality, knowledge and support to ensure you have the best genetics and advice for your alpaca enterprise. Please join us on this incredible journey.
Welcome to Alpaca Evolution, your trusted partner in the enchanting world of alpacas. As a family-run business, we pour our hearts into everything we do, ensuring the highest standards of care for our alpacas. We offer top-quality alpacas at stud, carefully selected to enhance lineage and bring out the best traits in future generations. From affectionate companions to future breeders, we have a diverse selection of alpacas for sale, each raised with expert care. Our commitment doesn't end with a sale. We provide comprehensive ongoing support to ensure your alpacas thrive. We offer a full and professional export service. Family values are at our core. We treat alpacas and customers as part of our extended family. With 27 years of industry experience and a staff with over 65 years of accumulated experience, we offer a wealth of expertise. Visit www.alpacaevolution.com to learn more. Thank you for choosing Alpaca Evolution, where excellence meets passion.
Inca Alpaca is Europe's premier and longest-standing black alpaca specialist, providing stud and pet stock to new and existing breeders in the United Kingdom, Europe, the Middle East and India. Located in Dorset, England, Tim Hay and his team run over 300 alpacas. Tim has over 30 years' experience at breeding black alpacas. Inca Alpaca can provide the quality, knowledge and support to ensure you have the best genetics and advice for your alpaca enterprise. Please join us on this incredible journey.
Take the fleeces away, check what you've got in your bag, okay? There is also one envelope per exhibitor in one of your fleece bags, which has all the histograms. They're not in individual ones, they're all in one envelope. So please, again, make sure that envelope goes home with you and not left on the floor here. If you could possibly, from lunchtime onwards, when you've got a free moment on Sunday, come and take your fleeces away. I would be very grateful, because we obviously have to break it down at the end of the show. Well, now on to the important stuff. All the fleeces had the 6 samples taken, the shoulder, mid and rump side by WTA, so we're very grateful for that. And our fleeces were judged by Mr. Roger Clark in January, assisted by a small group of excellent helpers, and you all know who you are, so a huge thanks to all of you. I'd also like to say thank you to Sue and Jacob, who stepped in just now to help me get the majority of it ready for the display reveal. My helpers I usually have, one of them is actually having a baby, so they couldn't be with us today. Okay. However, some things go smoothly. One thing that didn't go smoothly was actually our judge trying to get to us in January. Storm Ewan battling across Northern Ireland and the UK on the 24th of January. However, Roger, as he does, gallantly battled through the storm with no water or heating at home, cutting down fallen trees in his way, managing to get to the airport on the Friday evening to fly over to England, determined to be ready to judge on the Saturday morning. The extremes our judges go to fill their obligations or get the money. Thank you so much. I think I would have rather curled up on the sofa and waited for the storm to abate. Anyway, as usual, Vegas ruled applied during judging, so nothing is let out of the bag before tonight. And as far as I know, unless you've been trying to take a sneaky preview today, no one knows the results. We had 61 entries this year, which is the highest yet. And as you will see once the display is open, it was brilliant to see such gorgeous fleeces, a real accolade to the high quality we are producing here in the UK. I'll now pass you on to Roger to hear what he has to say about his experience, not just getting over there, but actually judging the fleece show this year.
Thank you, Julia. Good evening, everybody. I would just like to begin by saying a huge congratulations to Julia and her team of helpers for making the day of judging such a slick and enjoyable day. It really takes a lot of work to put all of this together, and Julia and her team made for a very easy day on my behalf, so well done to you. It was an absolute pleasure to get hands-on and appraise such a high standard of fleeces, both the Wakaya and the Surri, throughout all of the colours through here. So that is testament to you as breeders and as exhibitors at the work that you've put into your breeding programmes, the fleeces that are being harvested off the animals in the UK here, and the standard that we're seeing representing UK alpaca. So again, congratulations to all of you. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Julia, who's going to announce the winners.
Okay, the important stuff. The champion Black Wakaya, Inca Serenade. Reserve Acton Hill Gaga Girl. Champion Black Surrey, Snows Hill Remiel. Champion Grey Wakaya, Arcadia Umberto Pinkerton. Sorry. Champion Black Surrey, Snows Hill Remiel. Champion Grey Wakaya, Arcadia Umberto Pinkerton, with the reserve being Ellswood Dexy's Midnight Runner. There was no reserve of the Black Surrey. Champion Grey Surrey, Wello Hadnath. Reserve Snows Hill Erin. Champion Brown Wakaya, Wuthering Heights Achilles. Reserve Beckbrow Sesido. Champion Brown Surrey, Wello Hip Hip Hooray. Reserve Faraway Rodri. Champion Fawn Wakaya, Sheriff Yeehaw. With reserve Acton Hill Flash Forward. I do like some of these names. Champion Fawn Surrey, Spring Farm Prince Caspian. With the reserve Pure Surrey Zephyr. Champion Light Wakaya, Bowsdown Keepsake, with the reserve Lime Tree Nefertiti. Champion Light Surrey, Bexbrow Bucks Fizz, reserve Bowsdown Mystic Star. Champion White Wakaya, Beckbrow Centre Stage, with the reserve Capital Atlas. The champion White Surrey, Bowsdown Opening Night, the reserve Pure Surrey Phoenix. The best British Wakaya went to Beckbrow Centre Stage. The best British Surrey to Bowsdown Opening Night. The Judge's Choice Wakaya went to Capital Atlas. The Judge's Choice Surri to Bosedown Mystic Star. And now on to the one you've all been waiting for, what you're looking at in those domes. Firstly, the Reserve Supreme Wakaya was Capital Atlas. But the Supreme Wakaya went to Beckbrow Centre Stage. I think it's the other one. Did it say Wakaya on it? Yeah. Other side. Have we someone from Beckbrow Usk, whatever the new name is? Oh, both of you. Well done. That's the big dome. Huge congratulations. And now on to the Reserve Supreme Surrey. That went to Beckbrow Bucks Fizz. But the Supreme Surrey for 2025 went to Bosedown Opening Night. Congratulations. Huge congratulations to everybody. The display will now be open. Could I just ask you to be respectful of the fleeces? Please do not take chunks of every fleece. They are beautiful. Have a feel, but please treat them with respect. Thank you very much for coming.